Wednesday and welcome to the live. I'm the Urban Seer, your guide to love, destiny and manifesting the life you desire. I hope everyone's doing well today. If you're not, then I hope this session brings you the insight, peace and clarity that you're seeking. If you would like a free reading, click the link in the pinned comment, add your like number and your username. You'll be added to the list and just wait for your name to be called. A reminder of how I read, so I'm an energy reader tuning into you and your situation to bring clarity, so please provide as much context and detail as possible. It allows me to connect with your energy and provide a meaningful reading. I don't read on yes/no questions, timelines or general readings, and as mentioned, please hold your question until you're called. For all of the guidelines, just check the chat. Everything that you need to know is there. And I post the list regularly throughout the live, just so you can see where you are on the list. But hey, how's everyone doing? Hey Priya, hey Samreen, hey Lakshmi. I'm very well, thank you. How are you? Let me head over and go and grab the list and then we'll get into it, guys. Hey Flores, nice to see you here. So first up we have Kiki. If you are here, Kiki, please go ahead and post your question. Today's deck that I'm using is Every Little Thing You Do Is Magic, which is quite a deck I don't often use actually, but I've felt drawn to use it today. Hey Samreen. Hey, it's me again. Nice to see you. So I'm not sure if Kiki's here. Lakshmi, go ahead and post your question as well. Obviously, Kiki, please do post if you are here. But yeah, Lakshmi, go for it as well. Whoever posts first, I'll read for first. Please do like the live and share as well to help the channel grow. Thank you, Lakshmi. So Lakshmi asks, spiritual guidance for clearing an exam to get my desired job. I keep failing so much I've lost count. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Now I am procrastinating a lot. Understandable, yeah. Competition is high, limited vacancy. Okay, so how should you approach this to get the outcome that you need, Lakshmi, yeah? Spiritual guidance for passing this exam. Apprentice of Pentacles. So we need to ground our energy first. So if it's, have a point of self-reflection here. Is it anxiety that's getting the best of you? Pentacles energy is grounded. It's patient. It's being patient with yourself. It can be quite slow moving as well. So taking things step by step. So we're not rushing the process. We're being very logical, and it's about you know, trying to manage our emotions around this situation. Apprentice is, you know, we are still in a learning phase, and this is a big learning curve. So we're constantly kind of assessing. When we see the apprentice card, it's an assessment to say, you know, what works for me, what doesn't. Overthinking, yeah. What comes to mind as well on, have you heard of EFT? It's a way to manage negative feelings, anxiety. I would highly suggest that's what's come through as well for you, Lakshmi, to look at EFT practices. You can find that on YouTube. Things like meditation as well is great to get ourselves centered and grounded. It's like your energy has spun off, and then it's really hard to think clearly. It's really hard to take the steps that we need to be practical, be grounded. I'm going to pull one more card for you as well, Lakshmi. So I'm just going to put it in the chat here. It's actually prescribed by, you know, doctors and, you know, the medical industry as well. It's just a technique, but it's actually very powerful. One more, please, Spirit, for Lakshmi. Anything else around this energy? Seven of Cups, again, feeling overwhelmed. The Seven of Cups as well is about options and choices. Yes, exactly, Samreen. Tap in so you know about that. Seven of Cups, Lakshmi, I would say as well, is to say that you have got options and choices. Like at the minute, maybe it feels like this is your only route, and that's really kind of an illusion and not true. So even if it's, you know, is it helpful to even go to, is what would be a different route if you decided not to do this? Yeah? Is that there will be other paths and other options, because this card is about choices, and it's about also reflecting, is this right for you? You know? So check in with that as well. I'm not saying that it doesn't align with you, but often when we get so focused on that this is the only way for us, this is our only kind of way forward, our only life path, that's never truly the case. There are always choices and always different options and different routes. Sometimes we have to go a different way round to get to where we want to go. So try to work on that mindset, because what it will help, Lakshmi, is to take the pressure off you. It doesn't mean that you have to pursue them now, but I would just say we're all about working on our mindset here. And yeah, when we get into that very one-pointed, pressured place, that's often kind of a bit of a red flag. Just about where we're at in our heads and the immense kind of pressure that we put on ourselves. This has to happen. If it doesn't happen, then, you know, my life is over. And that's very, very rarely the case. But so reflect on that, but also take a very practical approach of managing your anxiety and your overthinking, Lakshmi. So like you say, incorporating EFT into your routine. It's nice to see people are saying as well they're aware of this and how powerful it is. Neville Goddard, absolutely, Samreen. So manifestation techniques, Lakshmi as well. Lean into all that. That's all stuff that you can do to support yourself and get on top of this mindset to get the outcome that you want. So all about vision, Neville Goddard, visualizing the end outcome that you desire. Neville Goddard always is very into, you know, nothing, the power of manifestation, and nothing is impossible. And before we go to sleep at night, envisioning the outcome that we want is very powerful, because that's right before, you know, it's very linked to the subconscious just before we go into sleep. So good luck with that, Lakshmi. Keep us posted, okay? Start looking at those techniques as soon as manifestation, EFT, meditation. With that powerful combo, you will get on top of this. So I hope that resonated. Samreen, my love, you are up next if you want to post your question. Hey Tia, nice to see you. You're on the list. I'll update it soon. Samreen asks, how's H, my ex, feeling towards me now as I have stopped manifesting him? Yes, and set my focus on new guy B. Real shift here, Samreen, isn't it? Powerful shift happening. Let's see how that's affected the energy between you and your ex. You're welcome, Lakshmi. Keep us posted. Best of luck with that. Okay, message for Samreen, please. The energy now regarding how is H feeling towards Samreen now? Seven of Pentacles. Another card of assessment, of looking back, taking stock. That's what all this energy, all this, the energy of Seven of Pentacles is about. I'm drawn to this card, you know, this deck. Each deck brings different meanings, different energies, obviously. And you see how that colour is sort of drained out of these flowers here. And I feel that that's where they're at energetically, maybe feeling a little bit empty, feeling a little bit drained in themselves, uninspired. And this is tied up with their thoughts and feelings around you of kind of feeling there's an apathy here, yeah, an emptiness, and they're not quite sure where to go next or what comes next. I've got the Hierophant as well, which is interesting. The Hierophant's about traditions. It's about doing things the right way. I feel like they are having some reflection, Samreen, okay? And I feel like that they think that they should have been more... They should have... Oh, it's buffering, people are saying. Are we back on? Are we back? I've been having some Wi-Fi issues the last couple of days. Let me know if you can hear me. We're back, okay. Okay, I'll carry on. The wife, sorry, you'll just have to bear with me. The Wi-Fi's been a bit weird of late. So, Samreen, back to this. I think that they feel like they wish they had done things differently with you. Okay? I feel like that they wish they had taken a more traditional approach and did things, you know, the right way. Kind of courted you, took things step by step. But for whatever reason, with during that time, Samreen, when they were connected with you, they weren't in this frame of mind. I feel like there has been some maturing here in what they went through with you and how they view the situation now. And it has left them this separation and the distance from you. I think what I'm picking up on, Samreen, is regret about how they handled the situation, okay, with you. They wish both these cards to me. So they have been left with an empty feeling. So you could describe that, I guess, as missing you. But they wish that they'd handled the situation differently. So the main energy, the main feeling is regret around that, Samreen. I also feel like that to really change that energy shift, I feel like as well we need to give it a bit more time. You know, almost as your connection deepens with B, if it continues to, or you continue to disengage from your ex, the chance to miss you will get stronger and stronger. Okay, if that makes sense. So next up we have Anshuman. If you want to post your question, please. I will resume from Monday. Hope I don't fall back to old patterns. Yeah. You've made some powerful changes, Samreen. So yeah, try to stay on track. Just posting the list. Thank you, Anshuman. Okay. Anshuman asks, what are Zoya's feelings for me? Currently cold behaviour from her side. I didn't do anything to her or offend her though. So, just remind me where we're at with this, Anshuman. Are you in a connection now, relationship? In a relationship. Okay, but you're feeling some coldness and some distance from her. Let's see why that's going on. Oh, we've got this Seven of Cups again. Lots of cups. So in her feelings, okay, Seven of Cups is is about choices and options, as we know. Now, what comes through is that she could be feeling, I think, from you, Anshuman, as if she is just an option and maybe not your number one. I don't know if you've got other interests, you know, other potential suitors in relationships. I feel like we have talked about other people. Because the Seven of Cups is also about illusion and can often be that, like, that the grass is always greener kind of energy. And I do feel like that maybe you're not intentionally doing this, but there's something about your behavior or how she's interpreting your behavior is that she doesn't feel like the number one. She feels like an option and a choice amongst others. So maybe feeling like that you could move on with someone else. She doesn't quite trust this connection yet. Because the Four of Cups as well is about feeling what kind of back this up and confirm this for me. Because the Four of Cups is about feeling rejected. Putting yourself out there in a way and then feeling kind of disappointed, let down, rejected in some way. So maybe it's just about, at this time, paying particular care and attention to her, making her feel like she is very special to you, if she is, you know, and if you feel like she is your number one, then to express that, and to pay extra attention and care and express your feelings and your love for her, if that is the case. So yeah, I hope that resonated, Anshuman. So next up we have Priya, my love, if you want to go ahead and post your question. Thank you, Priya. So you just need to click the link in the pinned comment if you'd like a free reading. It's me again. Just check out the guidelines in the chat. Priya asks, what is going on in Mrs. Vinod mind with regards to me? She is a principal of a school where I was about to present a demo, but suddenly they told me that they have hired another teacher. Ah, how disappointing. Let's see what energy surrounds this then. Ooh, Oracle of Wands. Let's get a read on how they feel towards your energy. Just want to clarify this card. So they don't see you in a bad light, Priya, because we've got the Empress card come through as how does this principle, how does she see you? How does she view you? And Empress energy came through. Now, the Empress energy is a beautiful kind of energy, okay? Is someone who has a lot to offer, someone who is confident, who is established. And then we have this Oracle of Wands, though, which is their energy. Now, the Oracle of Wands is about, it's a very kind of determined energy. It's someone who likes to be in control. So it could be, that they had a certain person set on their mind. It feels like it's not that they viewed you negatively. It's just that this is the kind of energy from them. Someone who wants their own way. Someone who likes to be in control. Almost, you know, those people who almost just to prove a point would like for their number one choice something behind the scenes, that they had to get who they wanted. And it feels like that to them, that's the most priority, almost that they get their own way. Final message, please, Spirit. And then another Oracle of Pentacles, which could be, I feel like there's some kind of maybe battle here, Priya, going on behind the scenes that you couldn't be privy to, you could never be aware of. Some kind of politics, yeah, behind the scenes that is going on between an Oracle of Pentacles, which is someone else's energy in this picture, and then this Oracle of Wands, which is the principal's energy. And it's kind of a battle of wills, and I feel like that you just got caught in the crosshairs here, Priya, okay? So if anything, it's a disappointment. Rejection is redirection, and I would say just don't take this personally. It wasn't excuse me. It's not a reflection of you or even how that she viewed you badly. She actually views you in a positive light. But like I say, some kind of battle of wills is going on behind the scenes here between her and a colleague. So I hope that resonates. I hope that brought you some clarity, yeah? It's disappointing when it can happen quite often where, you know, say you don't get a job, like you can make it all the way to the end of an interview and then it can all be going well and then you don't get it, and it's because someone internal was already lined up for it, but they have to go through this ridiculous interview process to because legally they have to do that. That happens quite a lot. So it's kind of that energy, yeah? God, that resonates, Priya. So Flores, my love, you are up next. Hopefully this buffering isn't too bad. Thank you, Flores. So what are Carlos, who is your ex, feelings about me? Meeting up with his mum. Is he okay with it? We are in no contact, but his mum wants to keep in touch. I remember reading about, doing a reading about Carlo's mum as well, Flores. Is that right? And if I remember rightly, she was keen for you to reconcile, I felt like. But let's have a look now what's going on. So how is Carlos feeling about you? Ooh. Okay, we've got a tower that dropped out. So I feel like they're struggling at the minute, Flores, okay? I don't know how much you know about what's going on in their lives. This could be in a kind of practical way, like around work, around money, or it can be emotionally. The tower moment is when it can really feel like everything is falling apart, okay? The tower moment is when we think we're doing okay, everything is just kind of go in a certain direction to our plans and how we envisioned, and then it's like the rug gets pulled from under us, okay? And we are suddenly, what we've built kind of has crumbled to the ground. Now I like to, even though this can be very sudden and can be quite traumatic, yeah, these events, it can be like sudden job loss, the end of a relationship. I don't know if this is as well tied up in maybe how if your relationship ended dramatically, it could be that, and it could be that the repercussions are still going on. But they're still in this tower energy. That's why this has come through. Now, it can be a feeling of being quite lost when you're looking to rebuild, yeah? Not knowing where to turn to, not really knowing where, in what direction to go. Now, the silver lining of the tarot card is that really this is a somewhat of a spiritual intervention, okay? That spirit says this path that you were going down was not right for you. So I've had to uproot you and redirect you and put you on a path that is more aligned with you. And everything that isn't meant for you will fall away, and everything that remains and kind of survives the tornado event of the tower is really meant for you. So this is Carlo's energy, okay? I'm going to hone in and really see if I can get more from Spirit about how he specifically is feeling about you. Do you know what's going on in his life? Like if tower moment is happening, like I say, it could just be that on an emotional level, that he is feeling lost, uncertain in this kind of rebuilding. I don't know how much his mum shares with you. So Oracle of Wands, this came through earlier for Priya. Of course, its message differs from person to person, but the Oracle of Wands does have, there are still feelings for you here, Flores, okay? Passions, intense feelings, but also interestingly, with I get this, because they're going through a transformation, I do kind of get like a stubbornness from Carlo. About that maybe he has to do things his own way when he's ready. There can even be, because it's fiery and wands, can even be some anger here towards you about, obviously I don't know the details about what went down, about why you broke up, but there is still some stubbornness here on their side, and that they think they're right. Maybe they find it difficult to admit where they made mistakes. Their energy at the minute still feels combative, Flores, okay? I think we need to let the energy is very disrupted at the minute. They're going through, their probably energy is too drained from this tower moment to really offer anything to you. If you're, I'm assuming that you're looking for reconciliation, okay? So when you say no, not so much, so the mum isn't sharing too much about, that's probably, that's right, that if she's keeping that that boundary and that privacy, that's good. But if we look behind the scenes, they seem to be struggling. They are in this stubborn energy. Maybe they're in fight or flight because of this Tower energy as well. So if you are looking for reconciliation, we need to let this energy settle before we can begin to reconnect and rebuild. I hope that resonated. Okay, so next up we have James. If you're here, James Stars. You're welcome, Flores. Or maybe it's Jamie, sorry. It's all right, Tia. I'll just leave your question there and I'll read for you after Jamie. Sorry, I said, or maybe it is James. Oh, my name is Susan. Sorry, just read the question. It's neither of those things. My name is Susan. What are my husband's intentions for reconciliation or marriage? His name is Justin. He has admitted cheating. Oh, I'm so sorry about that, Susan. And blaming me and threatening family with lies and said he doesn't want me. So, Susan, is this something that you know, because it sounds very toxic, is this something that you want to reconcile with? I know you said, what are my husband's intentions for reconciliation, but their actions do not sound like reconciliation is on the card. I'm just trying to get to what's the best way to read for you here that will be the most meaningful, yeah? So if he's threatening family with lies and saying he doesn't want you, you know, this is not the energy of reconciliation. I would never encourage anyone to, you know, return to something toxic, yeah? Obviously, I'm not here to judge at all, and I understand still having feelings and emotions for toxic connections, yeah? He's grieving his dad and he's in addiction, okay. So shall we pull a card for advice for you on how to deal with this? Are you in, you're in, I imagine, are you just in separation right now? Are we in no contact? Okay, he isn't himself. Yeah, addiction will do that to someone. Okay, I'm just going to pull our spirit to just start us off with a message for you, Susan, of what you need to hear about this, okay? Let's just see what comes through. Two of Wands, so we do have a 2 come through, which talks, you know, it's like this bonded pair. Which you are, you know, there is still that 2 connection, twin souls, soul connection between you. Two of Wands as well is about, to me, it's about looking to the future in many respects, okay? And planning for the future. And what that means to me in this situation is that reconciliation and reconnection and healing and all that stuff is possible, but it's a long road. Yeah, it's almost like that it's in the future. That's where that lies, which is, it's difficult in the here and now, okay? And in order to find peace in the here and now, it's almost like if you can emotionally or mentally kind of almost put that on pause and say that that reconciliation is kind of far off. And if I'm waiting for that to happen kind of immediately in the here and now, then that's going to kind of mentally and emotionally, you know, will be like torture, kind of waiting for that to happen now. I'm going to pull some more cards though. The Magician. So this always comes to me to say, as a way to help you get in control of the here and now, and maybe in some ways kind of detach from the outcome, is about working on manifestation. I don't know if that's something that you practice, but creating daily manifestation outcomes, which is about manifesting the outcome that you want, and a way to help you feel more in control of the situation now. So we can do this through visualization. It's also about checking our mindset, so what we call like a mental diet. So when you find yourself, if you do kind of spiraling around negative thoughts on this situation, or whatever kind of goes against those, you know, the inner saboteur that goes against the outcome that you want, it's about trying to catch those thoughts in the here and now throughout the day. It can be if you meditate, visualize, journal, or all of the above, yeah. It's about creating a daily practice to really carve out some feelings of control for yourself and to get some inner peace, whilst also manifesting the outcome, which is this Two of Wands, this future outcome that you want. So what would be the ideal outcome? What would that look like? Yeah. But obviously when addiction is involved and when someone is not being themselves, there's only so much, you know, that we can help that person, and really it's only them who can pull themselves out of that and go into treatment, etc., seek help and be ready to make those changes. And I feel like both these messages are saying, like, the universe and spirit doesn't want you to sacrifice, you know, your peace in the here and now, kind of waiting on this person, as difficult as that is, yeah. Manifestation is more on getting him help, yeah. So if that's what you're drawn to, if that's what you want, then put that energy there. I mean, maybe do you want reconciliation? I'm presuming that, but maybe you don't even want that. Maybe you just want them to get well and get help. But regardless of that, okay, I imagine you want the best for this person, and also this is tools to preserve your peace now. And this is you, the High Priestess, Susan. So you have a lot of personal power. You are, let's see if it's buffering again. I'll just have to keep going with the buffering, guys. So this is your, Susan, you have very strong intuition. You read people very well. The High Priestess is encouraging you to trust yourself and to listen to your intuition to guide you through this difficult time. Okay? And how we listen to our intuition is by quieting the noise and listening to that quiet, intuitive voice that is telling us next steps. It's all about trusting yourself more. So that's another message as well that's come through to help you navigate this situation. But like I say, when addiction is involved, as you probably already aware, you know, we can't, ultimately it's that person's choice in how they help themselves. I did ask Susan, I suppose, I don't know what your hopes are for this relationship. Maybe you want peace for them, or maybe you do want to get back together. So Susan says, yes, he always tells me the truth eventually, just takes a while. I already knew, just pushed him to tell me. Yeah, so that's your intuition. That's your High Priestess energy, that you can read people and that you understand them and you can rely on that now, yeah? Lean into your manifestations to feel in control on the daily. And the Two of Wands speaks of the bond that you have and that outcome, that future outcome being possible, but not allowing it to destroy our peace in the here and now as best as possible, yeah? So I hope that resonated. Susan says, I do and don't want to, but do want him to have help. Yeah, help. Well, it sounds like you've got it right really there, Susan, that you know that the help has to come first, and that if you feel fully committed in manifesting that, like, that's a beautiful thing, that he has that kind of level of support and love from you. But I'm sure you're already aware that, like, things can't move forward or even look at this connection before you can even look at this connection. So it sounds like you've got a very healthy take on this, yeah? I have hurting me to heal before I decide, yeah. And that's that High Priestess energy coming through again, Susan, about how you are very intuitive, empathic, and I've got the High Priestess has a lot of wisdom, yeah? And that's what will help you get through this situation as well. I'm sorry that you're having to experience that. I hope that things do improve. But wishing you love and light, Susan. So, Tia, my love, I'll move on to you. I've got your question here. Just let me know that you are here. Tia says, the Pisces had little to no words for me yesterday. He said he was stressed and then stopped talking. We're supposed to spend time together today. You're welcome, Susan. This feels like a pattern now, Tia, doesn't it? From the readings that I've done for you, yeah? This is something that the Pisces does, yeah? That they drop out of communication and kind of shut down when stuff's going on for them. Do you remember that reading? Was it just on this Monday, wasn't it? Where I would go back and I'll obviously do a reading for you today, I might suggest going back and reading that, because I felt like that reading was about there was some trouble coming up. That it was that Seven of Swords energy. I remember. And I'm wondering if that is, you know, here it is. But this is a pattern that I've noticed in this Pisces now. This is what they do. What did he give you a heads up about, Tia? Call me on Monday to give you a heads up. Is your spidey sense tingling? Let's see what's going on. Oh, there we go. Four of Cups. Someone feels rejected. Someone feels disappointed. So he gave you a heads up that he was not going to be, that he was stressed and wasn't going to be talking much. Oh, there's that Seven of Swords again. So it is that energy. Definitely go back and watch that reading on Monday. But here is that trickster energy again. And I feel like this, okay, so Elder of Pentacles, because it's Pentacles, that is work, okay? So I'm going to call this and say, and then I think it's your energy that you are feeling kind of understandably, yeah, like rejected and insecure. I would feel exactly the same in a way, as if someone kind of went kind of cold on me like this and distant. Because really, if it, you know, we all get stressed at work, don't we? And what the question here is what I see with these cards here is that it is about work. It is what he's saying it is with this Elder of Pentacles. And this is this Seven of Swords kind of trickster energy about, maybe I can relate to this, that maybe you're thinking it must be something deeper. It must be, it feels off, etc. It's made me feel rejected and insecure. But it actually like kind of isn't that. The issue here is that what he's doing, I feel like is true, is honest. It's about work, and he's kind of been reactionary to this. And the question more is, you know, is that fair on you? Is that kind of good enough in some ways about, you know, we all get stressed at work, but it doesn't really give us the reason. Do we have to be, you know, kind of cold to you or go quiet on you, you know? Like that's what seems to be the issue. It's not like there's some kind of deep secret here, that it's more complicated, or that there's another person involved here or anything like that. I feel like that it is what he says it is. But you know, is that good enough, I suppose, is the question. How do you deal with that? But what the cards are saying, I think, is try to, it's ultimately, it's kind of reassuring that it says you can, you know, take it for face value here. This is true, this is valid. It's not some big secret here going on. But at the same time, oh, there we go. Got the Tower card. Could be, I mean, how bad is it at work? Is he honest with you about what's going on at work? Is it money issues? Is it work issues that do run deep? He may not be completely upfront with you about how bad it is at work. That could be one thing. Yeah, it is work. Why the Tower card, Spirit? Why the Tower card? Oh, then we've got Death. The Tower and the Death card back to back. Like, okay. So, maybe try and speak to him more about what this work situation is. Money related, work related. I think there are issues there, yeah, like money related. So I don't know how close you are, if you would, you know, dig on that a bit with them. But if someone, then that would explain the distance. Yeah, the distance, the coldness, the stress, that would validate it, yeah? Because the issues do run deep. You know, it is that deep, but it's just not what we're thinking. It's not like another woman, a third party situation. It's money, it's work related. So maybe try and open the conversation up more. I don't know if he does he clam up when he talks about work. I don't know if you can get him to open up more. And maybe tell you a little bit more about what's going on. Maybe he's ashamed, maybe he's embarrassed too, you know. I'm just gonna close the list. So I hope that helped anyway, Tia. Keep us posted. It's me again. You are next, my dear, if you are still here. Tia says, we are in hard times. Okay, he can talk to me about anything. That's good. Okay. Thanks, Tia. You're welcome. Hey, Anna. The list is closed, but I will be live on Friday. Again, if you would like a free reading, please do join us then. Hey, it's me again. So it's me again. Asks, what are T's intentions towards me now that I've pulled back from the connection? Thank you. So this is a relationship. Like there was this romantic relationship. It's me again, yeah. But you've decided to pull back. But you're wanting to know what their intention are towards you. You're on the listener mirror. I'll post it again soon. The list is closed, Anna. I'm sorry, but please do join us again on Friday. It's me again. A love situation. Okay. So what are their thoughts and feelings, their intentions towards you now? So their energy, so Four of Pentacles energy, it's me again, it's like holding on tight to the security or of what they have, okay? This is someone who, so I'm wondering if this is why if you can tell me a little bit more about why you pulled back. But this kind of energy, Four of Pentacles, is someone who is fearful and scared to really kind of take a risk. And they are holding on to the security that they have, okay? And really the universe or spirit with this, when we see this card, is kind of saying, look, we need to go out of our comfort zone here and kind of go take more risks. So it could be that in order really to make this work with you, that they needed to take more emotional risks and put themselves on the line and be a bit more vulnerable, but they weren't able to do that. So let me know if that resonates for you, because that's what energy has come through now. Or because you've pulled back, that they feel like they've really kind of retreated into themselves and are scared to take a risk, scared to, they may well feel rejected, understandably, if you've pulled back. So, you know, it's kind of a chicken and the egg situation of what came through. Like they weren't opening up, so you pulled back, but now you've pulled back, they take that as a rejection, and that's they're still not opening up. Yeah, so there wasn't much opening up. Yes, I feel there are feelings, but mostly not so vulnerable. Exactly. So this person, for whatever reason, like lots of people do, are, you know, it is scary to put ourselves on the line emotionally in a love relationship and to take risks. Like basically we can't avoid, we can't protect ourselves from getting hurt if we want to be close to someone. Yeah, that's part and parcel of being in love, of having a strong bond. And I feel like, so it's me again, it feels like they are still there, so that hasn't changed. And interestingly, I feel like this is how they see you, or what they want. They want you to be this kind of Oracle of Wands, of the person who takes the risk, who kind of puts themselves out there and takes control of the situation. They want you to do that. So in some ways, I feel like they want you to do all the risk taking. They want you to tell them how this relationship is going to go. And that's, you know, is that what we want? Not really. Okay. Some people might want to have total control of a situation, but really it's not very healthy. And I feel like that they want you to be the one to take all the risks and to be doing the kind of heavy lifting of this relationship. Yeah. So probably why you pulled back, I would say, was valid, and that hasn't changed. Like the reasons why you pulled back still remain. Let me know if that resonates. Let's see if it will change. Judgment. Judgment is a card it's all about karma, and it's about reaping what you sow, really, in a way. And I feel like their past decisions are biting them, or have come back to bite them, yeah? So I think in time, what it's me again is that they will kind of realize in time why what happened, okay? That in some ways it was on them, and that they have some awareness that they need to take more risks and that they should do things differently. And maybe this will be a catalyst for change. But this is future energy, okay? You might not want to wait around for that, yeah? But we have a butterfly here, which, so it will be like a catalyst for transformation for them. But they've got work to do on themselves. It's me again. I mean, we all do. But yeah, they struggle to open up. They struggle to take risks. The fact that you've pulled back will disappoint them, will upset them, will cause them pain, yeah? And they understand that this probably is what caused the ending to it. But this is going to take time for that to all percolate and for them to realise that and possibly do things different in the future, yeah? Okay, I hope that brought you some clarity. Eco 7, my love. So last two, we've got Eco 7, and then we've got Namira. It's me again, says, yes, I understand. Thank you very much. Judgment relates to Scorpio too, if I'm right. That's their sign. I appreciate time and energy. Glad that resonates. Yeah. Keep us posted. Thank you, Eco 7. So, Eco 7 says, I'm an empath, and for the past years, I've experienced psychic attacks. Yes, Eco 7, this is something I can heavily relate to as an empath and someone who has psychic experiences as well. I actually just last week, so not that this is about me, but experienced a psychic attack as well. It was actually in a dream as well that happened over 2 nights. I don't know if you experienced that, but it's very powerful when it does happen. So particularly from your in-laws though, I keep healthy distance but challenging at times, and some guidance, okay? Do you experience it, Eco 7, like that you will be around them and you will pick up that negative energy and then it stays with you for a few days? Let me know how you experience that psychic attack, because I experienced that as well, you know, where you can go into a room and if there's any negativity, it's kind of automatic for me to just go and pick that, you know, pick that negative energy up. It's already happened before I realize what I've done, and then that negativity stays with me and we have to work on processing that energy, I think. The Emperor, getting more control, okay? Takes about 3-4 days to release, yeah. What I would say is, so ways to get control. The Emperor is about get back in control of this situation as much as you can. What I would say in a kind of very honest way is I think that, you know, we can there's stuff that you can do. You can do like a visualization to protect your energy in advance. If you can have advance warning of when you see them. So you may already do this, but you can do a protective visualization before going into that situation. Crystals, protective crystals, search crystals and pick ones that resonate with you. Protective crystals. Have them on your person. On a practical level, you probably already do this, but limit the time that you can spend with them, okay? If there are ways that you can get out of it, by all means, get out of it. We don't get any points for suffering, okay? We don't get rewarded for suffering. So if you can, make excuses to get out of it if and when you can. And then we need to, in order to process that negativity as well. So we've picked it up, yeah, it's with us, it's on our person. We can try to intentionally then do practices as well to cleanse ourselves. So breathing exercises, again, doing visualizations on the other side to move it through, to move that energy through quicker. What I actually do as well as when I'm around these people who carry that kind of negativity is to intentionally, when you are with that person, to breathe through the situation and to visualize even at the time that the energy is being transmuted. So you're breathing in that negativity, you're not resisting it, but it's going through you, you're transmuting it into light or whatever you want to envision it as, into good energy, into magic, into personal power, into energy. Transmute it like an alchemist into something positive, into something good, and then release it. It's like it has to be like a river going through us. I almost feel like, I think it's like we can't stop picking it up because we are born this way, we are wired this way. So more the focus I have found most helpful is to speed up the release process. So these are all ways with the Emperor, to get control of this situation, because you can control it. Manifestation techniques, of course, as well. So we can manifest a better relationship, a better experience, whatever would feel possible to you. I don't know what would be the ideal outcome for this kind of dynamic relationship, how like that I am not affected by these people, and to have those affirmations and to journal and manifest, just as you would manifest like your work taking off. You can manifest this relationship transforming. Awesome, Maria. Yes, Florida water spray mixed with water as room spray for negative energy. More please, Spirit, more please for Eco 7 regarding this. Oracle of Pentacles. The Oracle of Pentacles is like, because grounding, which I know has come up for you before, Eco 7, because this is like earth energy, grounding, getting very practical about like how we approach this. But when I say practical, I mean like techniques and practices and intention. And what will happen is that it will get easier, okay? That if you can put these practices in place, I'm having a deja vu right now about this, I don't know why, is that if you can put these practices in place, it will get easier. So when you pick up that negativity and you know that it's with you, you know as well that you can release it quickly. So that's really where I feel your focus needs to be, and finding a practice that helps you release it quicker, so it doesn't, rather than it being with you for 3 to 4 days, you can reduce it down to maybe just a few hours. But it's about finding what works for you. You know, we talked in this live today even about EFT. If that's something that you've looked at, that can be very powerful. That's a very sort of practical, you know, physical practice that we can do. Breathing techniques, like I say, visualization, whatever connects to you, what feels right. Or if you can connect with a crystal, take that with you and feel like that is protecting you, kind of believing in that crystal and knowing that is protecting your energy can also be very helpful. Always about so you don't feel under attack and that you are powerless in this situation. It's about finding ways to regain control and regain your personal power, and that you are stronger than their negativity. So I hope that helped. Let me know what you decide to do. So Namira, my love, last but not least, I'll read you a question. So you have a job offer, awesome, as a counsellor, but I don't know if I will be good, but you don't know if it will be good for me to accept. Can you see for me if it is good to take the job? I've been through healing and didn't expect this job offer. Okay. Out of interest, Namira, what makes you feel like that this wouldn't be good for you? That could be your intuition trying to speak to you, or that could be your insecurity speaking to you, your inner saboteur. So let's try and decipher that as well. Let's see what Spirit says, though, the energy around this job. Ooh! Well, this is a very clear answer. The Sun, the happiest card in the deck, Namira, Major Arcana. I always love this card, this Sun card in particular, because of just how well that they've captured this beautiful light here. It looks like a real sun to me. Beautiful, beautiful image. So in answer to your question, so the universe, obviously free will, but this is very encouraging, Namira. This is it feels like a beautiful opportunity, okay? And saying out loud here, so it's your insecurity, your inner saboteur coming up to say, you know, that maybe you can't handle this, that you shouldn't do this. And you know, we really must resist listening to that and giving that voice power. We all have that inner saboteur. But this is, you know, without doubt, a beautiful opportunity here. And Spirit says, you know, you've got this, Namira. You can do this. Let's pull one more card. Even though really it says it all there, doesn't it? Here we go. Apprentice of Cups. This is you as an apprentice going into this. So lots to learn in this job, Namira, but because it's cups, it will be so emotionally fulfilling. Yeah, cups is about our matters of the heart. Okay, so I really do think that this opportunity is, yes, you may feel like, gosh, maybe I'm not experienced enough, can I handle this? But this team, they who have offered you this role, they know that you have, they believe in you, and this is a time to believe in yourself. This is an opportunity to learn and to grow, but there will be lots in this opportunity that is emotionally fulfilling and will bring you happiness, joy, fulfillment. So what beautiful two cards there for you, Namira. It doesn't matter about the experience. That's why we go into these roles, okay? We have to start, as we all have to be sort of the apprentice at some point, Namira. It's the only way to learn. It's the only way to grow. So, if you've been not poached, that's the wrong word, but they've called you, they want you in their team, they have faith in you, they have that belief in you. So really don't let your insecurity hold you back on this, Namira. It's okay not to have, none of us know what we're doing. You must remember this, Namira. We're all winging it here, okay? Even those people that you look to that seem so experienced and so knowledgeable, we're all out here winging it, yeah? So I hope that reading resonated for you. The list is closed, guys. For anyone joining the chat, thank you for being here. I will be live again on Friday, though, so just watch out. I will open the list on Thursday and confirm the time of when I go live on Friday. Please do join us then. Yeah. Keep us posted in the mirror. Don't let that inner saboteur hold you back or miss out on this opportunity, yeah? This really beautiful opportunity. Thank you all for being here, for bringing your energy, for bringing your questions. I hope it brought you some peace, some clarity, some insight. And wishing you peace and love for the rest of the day, the evening, wherever you are. I will be back Friday. I hope to catch you then. Take care. Love and light.